Alright guys, welcome to another video. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe because we always upload every now and then. The goal of our channel is to simplify the web for everyone. Also like. If you're curious why I'm uploading React videos rather than uploading your favorite video, maybe HTML video or CSS video, you should consider commenting the video that you want and the reason why you want it, and I'll make sure I upload it so you can get the most out of the channel. Okay, this video is about React. As you can see, that is what we have here. So we'll be talking about React briefly, how easy it is to get with React, and we'll also talk about how easy React is. Without wasting any more time, let's get into the video. React. Okay, so first of all, what is React? For people that don't know what React is, it's nothing to be scared about. It's just, this is the definition of React. It's a JavaScript library for building user interface. Now let's break down this thing. Let's break down this definition of React. First of all, you all know what JavaScript is. It's a language for the web. Now, what's a library? Now, a library is simply just like, for example, it's another code that someone else wrote that you need in your project. Let's take for instance, let's say you're building a application that needs a slider, like it's sliding images from left to right, but you don't want to build this thing from scratch. You can go online and get a library, put it in your application, and it will work just like that. Library is just code that another engineer or group of engineers wrote that will make life easy to solve just maybe a particular problem or series of problems, right? A JavaScript library for building user interface. Now another catchy word, user interface. So if you quickly Google search user interface, that's what I recommend people doing. Always Google search things. You don't have to take everything in your head. User interface is short for UI. A user interface is the point of human computer interaction and communication in a device. Exactly. So user interface is just a way for a user of the device to interact with something. Now let's come back. You're building an e-commerce website. How will a user use your e-commerce website? The user will come to, your website, is going to sign in, it's going to click on buttons. So all those buttons and everything in your website is called a UI. So long story short, a website is a UI. So React will just help you make your life easy building websites. Yes, you heard me right. React is not there to complicate issues. React is there to simplify you building websites. So React is not more of like something that it's okay, let me pick it or not. React is a necessity. That's how I'm going to say. Let's say you're building something like Udemy using HTML and CSS. This will take you a long time to build something like Udemy, but if you're using something like React, honestly I can tell you build rather quickly. So React is there to help solve issues. So therefore React is easy in my opinion and not supposed to be hard. Now let's talk about why people think it's hard. Now the reason React is said to be hard is because React is easy, right? It's so easy that if you check the documentation, you see that it's just, you can read it under a day. So if you come to main concept, you see, so it's from 1 to 12. So you can read all this in a day. Also, if you go to advanced, you can see, so React can be finished in a day. That's the documentation. So if you come online, come to the React website, you can see it here. You can finish React in a day. Why is it now hard for people to actually get on with React? React is majorly for building user interface. Now, if all this is sounding somehow you don't understand, don't worry. When we start building React application, I will come back to these topics and tell you why I mean React is easy. Now, React is so easy that when you want to use React, you need other things to help you build a project. That's why it becomes hard. For example, let's say you want to do a complex state management. You need something called Redux. You need something else, another library to build a complex state management. I know state management, you don't know what state management is, totally fine. It's just something in React, right? You don't need to know for now. When we start building React projects, then we'll come back and touch on those topics. So I'm just trying to tell you, Redux is another thing you have to learn in the long run for you to be able to build complex state management. Another reason why people think it's hard, but it's not. For example, you want to build a form. So this is a sign up form. So you just have first name, last name, email, and password. A lot of people can build this using vanilla JS, very straight to the point. But when it comes to React, you quickly see that it's going to get complex very fast. You need another tool to manage your forms. So the other tool we're going to need is something called React Hook Form. Okay, this is another tool we'll need to manage forms. So you can see that React is becoming complex, but React itself is supposed to be easy. So I will not tolerate anyone saying React is hard. React is not the one hard here. It's other tools that you need to make a complete with websites. So React is very small that it cannot help you with everything. So it cannot help you with a lot of things. Another example again is I want to make an API request to something called JSON placeholder.type code. So let's say I want to fetch this thing. Now some people might not know what this is. I apologize for all this, but this is like a backend data. I'm going to explain more when we start, working on projects. But just take this like a URL to get some data that is not on your machine. If you want to do this with vanilla JS, it might be straight to the point again, but React cannot help you get this thing. So you need another package called maybe something like Asios. You need a lot of packages when you bring all of them together to make a website. So you need React, you need Asios to fetch data. You also need something like React Hook Form to make form creation and management easy. You also need Redux to make complex state management easy for you. When we put all these things together, now makes building a site with React hard, while it's not. I hope I am making it clear. So that's about React, and just in case you're wondering, it's not very hard to get into. It's not it's not the hardest thing in the world. You can quickly get started with React today. All right, so that's all for this video. Peace.